President Mahmoud Buhari has presided over the Security Council meeting at the Council Chamber, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Those in attendance were the Vice President, Yemi Oshibanjo, the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, and the National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Mongono, and other security chiefs. Speaking to State House correspondents after the meeting, the NSA said President Buhari has ordered the re-engineering of all the security architecture in the country. It is, however, unclear what the re-engineering would entail. The NSA also called for calm, promising that the president, along with the service chiefs, is doing a lot to handle the insecurity in the northwest and north central states. He said the issue of drug addiction and trafficking was also addressed at the meeting. According to him, Nigeria's moved from a transit hub to a drug production center. He noted that 17 meth labs were recently shut down in the country and called for a wholesome national approach to stopping the drug menace. The heads of various intelligence also gave a briefing on their plans towards ending insecurity in the country. The Nigerian power sector says it has recorded a peak generation of 5,377 megawatts. The transmission company of Nigeria, TCN, disclosed this in a tweet via its official Twitter handle, adding that the new record was achieved on August 1, 2020. TCN said the new record surpassed the previous peak generation figure of 5,375 megawatts recorded on the national grid in 2019. A section of the Secretariat of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, in Asokoro, Abuja, was last night gutted by fire. The inferno affected one of the floors housing the Finance and Accounts Department in the building. Although the cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained, the firefighters from the Federal Fire Service were immediately dispatched to the scene and were able to prevent it from spreading to other floors. The federal government has launched the reviewed 6th Broadcasting Code of the National Broadcasting Commission. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, who unveiled the document at an event in Lagos, revealed that the government has raised the fine for hate speech from 500,000 to 5 million naira. The minister explained that the code was reviewed in line with the directive of the president for an inquiry into the regulatory role of the NBC in the wake of the 2019 general elections. Mohammed noted that President Buhari had also ordered a probe of the conduct of the various broadcast stations before, during, and after the polls. He stated that following the inquiry, the president approved many recommendations aimed at repositioning the NBC to better perform its regulatory role. Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, has joined Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, to clarify the controversies surrounding the comments by the Transport Minister on Nigeria's sovereignty not being at risk in the country's loan agreements with China. Malami made the clarification when he appeared on a live television program alongside Amechi. The Justice Minister said there is a difference between international diplomatic immunity, which has to do with a nation's sovereignty, independent existence, and commercial immunity, which has to do with a commitment to ensure repayment of loans. He said the misconception is that the National Assembly is looking at the diplomatic immunity as against the commercial immunity of a country when it has to do with loans, adding that there is no concession whatsoever made as it concerns Nigeria's diplomatic immunity. The West African Examinations Council has released the final international timetable for the conduct of the 2020 West African Senior School Certificate Examination WASC. The country, in a statement by its head of public affairs, the Minus Ojejogu, enjoined the general public to disregard several versions of the examination timetable that have been in circulation. According to the statement, the examination would begin effective from August 17 through September 12, 2020. The council also urged candidates to abide by the rules and regulations guiding the conduct of the examination by shunning all acts of malpractice and obeying all COVID-19 protocols that have been put in place at the examination centers. Meanwhile, public secondary schools in Rivers State have resumed full academic activities. This comes after Governor Nyesom Wike approved the reopening of schools in the state to allow candidates in exit classes revise with their teachers. The approval was contained in a statement signed by the state's Commissioner for Education, Kaniye Ebeku, which showed that all teachers and candidates of approved public and private schools are to return to school with effect from today, 5th August 2020. The statement further directed all responsible officers to ensure the observance of COVID-19 protocols in their schools. Meanwhile, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has hinted on moves to reopen the markets in the state. The markets and other business outlets have been shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking on a television program, Governor Wike said the government has met with market unions who he said have pledged to abide with all COVID-19 protocols. He, however, said the traders must ensure the wearing a face mask when the markets eventually reopen. Rivers State Deputy Governor Ipalibo Ari Banigo has advised young people in the state to think outside the box and aspire to turn problems around them into marketable solutions that could become tomorrow's corporations and unicorns. Ari Banigo gave the advice while declaring open the new Heaven Innovation Hub in a church in Port Harcourt. The Deputy Governor, who was represented by the Senior Special Assistant on General Duties in her office, Inegogo Fubara, said the COVID-19 pandemic had changed the way of doing things globally. She also noted that despite the difficulties that may arise as a result of the pandemic, young people must key in and look out for opportunities to prefer solutions. Ari Banigo, who expressed a passion to help young people succeed, said for the past 14 years, she has continued to mentor and counsel youths, rape victims, sexual abuse victims, drug abuse victims through a non-governmental organization, the K. Wood Brown Foundation, empowering them with skills to become useful citizens. She expressed the need for youths to be technologically compliant and commended the church for its commitment to youth development and its partnering with NetOps to set up the Rivers of Unicorn, which is a virtual accelerator that supports innovative ideas and startups in underserved communities and sets them on a path to exponential growth. The project's coordinator of the Hydrocarbon Pollution and Remediation Project, Marvin Deckel, has reiterated that contractors handling the organic cleanup exercise have the required certifications and licenses by relevant regulatory agencies, contrary to claims from some quarters. Deckel stated this as IPREP marked 3 years of the cleanup project in Ogoni, as recommended by UNEP. The IPREP coordinator also pleaded for more time from Ogoni people due to the technicalities involved in the remediation process from the planning to the execution stages. He added that communal crisis and the COVID-19 pandemic slowed the project, but the contractors are gradually finishing the first phase of the 21 lots in less complex sites.
We've severally responded to such allegations. First of all, there are procedures in this country. There are agencies. We have a very structured process for establishing oil remediation companies. We also have processes for accrediting such companies. We have laws that govern the licensing of such companies. So we ensure that all the statutory requirements that a company needs to meet before you are a remediation company, you comply. What we do, we advertise and we ask for those specific requirements for companies that have the license from the regulators to please participate. But in addition to all of this, they have all the valid certificates from NOSTRA, who does this, and every other statutory agency and regulator that they need to meet with. And we have all the companies that we tell you are all very competent companies. Project is to train people. The challenge is just like I've said, perception. Because what do people think of this project? What do people expect from this project?
The chairman of the Rivers State Selection Committee for the Federal Government Special Public Work Program, Innocent Barako, has disclosed that forms will be made available from next week Monday for anyone interested in the program. Barako made the disclosure after the 3 committees set up to advance the course of the program submitted their reports on the modalities for distribution of forms across the 23 local government areas of Rivers State. Barako, however, disclosed that the form will be available in all wards and local government across the 23 local government areas, as well as offices of, or as well as the office of the NDE at the Federal Secretariat, assuring that the process will be transparent.
First and foremost, we have taken decision on when forms will be out, and in the shortest possible time, we'll go on with announcements on when forms will be out. Our forms will be accessible. Nobody should struggle for them. The things, every person will have form that desires to apply, qualify, will have form. So nobody should struggle for form. There will be form. But we'll make the announcements before the end of the week to specify the dates for the collection of forms and the return of forms. But where we are now is that the good news is that the committee has been able to take decision on when we will begin to release the form for these public works. And we can assure Rivers people that we will be successful. Every person will have a chance to participate in the program. We will announce the date from which the form will be available. So even if you don't get a mail form, you photocopy and fill the form, put your passport and bring. We don't have any problem with specialized things. We want to make the form as accessible as possible. You can get the form anywhere.
Our correspondent Uchendu Ejewo reports that 23,000 persons from the 23 local government areas of Rivers State are expected to benefit from the program. You are listening to the World News at noon on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Please do stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
And we're back.
Thanks for staying tuned to the World News at noon on Today 95.1 FM. Welcome back now to the rest of the bulletin. A State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt is adjourned to 5th, 6th, 11th and 13th of August 2020 for hearing in a legal battle over the traditional stool of Iba community in Emoa local government area of Rivers State. Chief AJ Keme Inyeke, Chief Samson Ovwa, Chief Sunday Jonah and Elder Wamadi Inyeche have been locked in a legal battle for over 15 years over ownership of the paramount stool of Iba community. The suit was instituted by late Prince Will Wakanma. When the matter came up for cross-examination, a witness, Fineman Oaka, told the court that the screening committee set up to screen the contestants for the traditional stool did not screen Samson Ovwa, who is the first defendant because he was unanimously approved by the entire Iba people. Oaka, who was responding to questions by counsel to Sunday Jonah and C. Wambu, also told the court that before the dissolution of the committee, an invitation by the then Commissioner of Police for screening Ovwa had been allegedly crowned by Iba people. The presiding judge, Justice E. Thompson, after listening to the witness, announced the next adjourned date for continuation of cross-examination of more witnesses. The controversy surrounding the chieftaincy tussle in Iba is believed to be one of the sources and beginning of the crisis that rocked the Iba community before the current peace being experienced there. Senior Magistrate Rita Ogugwo of a magistrate court in Port Harcourt is adjourned till 20th of August 2020 for cross-examination of witnesses in a case involving 8 female suspects accused of stealing a 1-year-old baby boy. Senior Magistrate Ogugwo gave the adjourned dates after the prosecution counsel, Precious Odu from the Ministry of Justice, announced the absence of his witness in court. You will recall that Grace Azikwe, Confidence Yanacho, Love Adumo, Ebere Uguna, Theresa Ganriel, Kate Mubana, Patricia Oluje, and Regina Akuru were alleged to have conspired to steal the child in a church in Wopara Street within Wimpy Junction, Rumiprikam community in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State. The plaintiff in the matter is Chinedu Nebugo Igwe, and the 8 female suspects had agreed to settle out of court, which was refused by the Rivers State government, who indicated interest to prosecute the case due to the sensitivity of the matter. Meanwhile, Senior Magistrate Rita Ogugwa, who threatened to slam contempt of court proceedings on the police prosecutor Adu Weri, had in a ruling ordered the police prosecutor to retrieve the original case file from the OC Legal and transmit same to the state prosecutor Precious Odu. The Niger Delta Development Commission has invited President Muhammadu Buhari to commission the 29-kilometer Ogbianembe Road in Bayelsa State. According to a statement issued by the spokesman of the commission, Charles Odili, the road, which was built in conjunction with Shell Petroleum Development Company, creates a land link to the ancient city of Nembe for the first time. Odili disclosed this in Abuja after delivering the NDDC management's invitation to the president through the Minister for Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio. The NDDC spokesman noted that the road project, which cost 24 billion naira, cutting through swampy terrain with spurs to 14 other communities, needed 10 bridges and 99 culverts to conquer the swampy terrain. He said the road has significantly cut the journey time to Yenagoa, the Bayelsa state capital, from 3 hours to 1.5 hours. Odili also disclosed that scholars of the commission who are facing hardships abroad because of the non-remittance of their fees and stipends would be paid by the end of the week following the order of President Buhari. He said the delay in the payment of the fees was caused by the sudden death of the former acting executive director of finance and administration, Ibanga Etang, in May. Speaking on the list of National Assembly members who allegedly received contracts from the commission, Odili said the list submitted by Senator Akpabio was not compiled by the minister but came from the files in the commission. He added that there was another set of lists for emergency project contracts awarded in 2017 and 2019, but these were not submitted to the National Assembly. Nigeria has recorded 304 more cases of the COVID-19. This brings the total number of the virus in the country to 44,433. According to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, the new cases were reported in Lagos, the Federal Capital Territory, and 17 other states of the Federation. So far, a total of 31,851 people have been discharged after recovering from the disease. Over 900 patients have lost their lives due to the virus. On the foreign scene now, Egypt has announced its withdrawal from the renewed talks on the future of a giant hydropower project on the Nile River being built by Ethiopia. The latest standoff is as a result of new filling guidelines proposed by Ethiopia. Sudan has also threatened to withdraw from the talks, saying Ethiopia is insisting on linking them to renegotiating a deal on sharing the waters of the Blue Nile. Sudan's Water and Irrigation Minister Yasser Abbas said he received a letter from his Ethiopian counterpart with the proposal. The Sudanese minister said Ethiopia proposed a deal on the discussion be limited to filling up the dam and any deal concerning its management be linked to the question of sharing Blue Nile waters. Egypt, Ethiopia and Sudan, through which the Blue Nile flows, have been negotiating for the best part of a decade, but all the while the dam has been built. Meanwhile, the United States government has donated 250 ventilators to Ethiopia to help it in its response to the coronavirus pandemic. The donation came after a promise made during a phone conversation between President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in April. The U.S. Ambassador Michael Rayner said the donation reinforces its unwavering commitment to the Ethiopian people. It may interest you to know that the U.S. and Ethiopia share a long history of cooperation, and the support of the United States government over the years has helped strengthen and enhance the Ethiopian health system. In the world of entertainment, American rapper Curtis James Jackson, popularly known as 50 Cent, has lashed out at the organizers of the Emmy Awards after his crime drama series Power failed to receive nominations. The nominations for this year's Emmy Awards was announced last week, with Better Call Saul, Stranger Things, Killing Eve, The Mandalorian, and Ozark among those recognized for the category of Outstanding Drama Series, but Power received no mention in any category for the awards. Reacting, the rapper took to his Instagram account to slam the organizers of the Emmy Award. Also in 2019, the rapper had called out the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences and accused the organizers of snubbing a series due to racism. The drama series, which began in 2014 and ran for 6 seasons before coming to an end in February this year, previously won in the categories of Outstanding Drama Series, Outstanding Supporting Actress in the Drama Series, and Outstanding Actor in the Drama Series at the NAACP Awards. To end the news, here is a summary of the major stories. West African Examinations Council has released the final international timetable for conduct of the 2020 West African Senior School Certificate Examination. The Nigerian power sector has recorded a peak generation of 5,377 megawatts. We also told you the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has approved the reopening of schools to candidates in exit classes. On the foreign scene, Egypt has withdrawn from the renewed talks on the future of a giant hydropower project on the Nile River built by Ethiopia. That was the news as edited by Stella Sasongu. For comments and inquiries, please call 0815 341 8657 or 0814 434 3502 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. Do not forget to take responsibility. Wash your hands frequently with soap on the running water. Always have with you at all times alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Avoid touching your face and eye contact surfaces to prevent the spread of coronavirus. If you can, please do stay at home or otherwise observe social distancing and always wear your facial mask when in a gathering of 2 or more people. COVID-19 is real, but it is not a death sentence. Stay tuned, stay safe. I am Kala Dakurubatsibo. Good afternoon to you.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
This is to all depositors in any licensed bank in Nigeria. Do not worry about the safety of your money in the bank during COVID-19 pandemic because the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, protects it. The NDIC and other relevant agencies have intensified monitoring of all banks to protect your savings from any risk. We assure you that your money is absolutely safe in the banks, but not so under your beds. The protection of your money is guaranteed when you deposit it in a licensed bank. Look out for NDIC sticker in all licensed banks, and if you have deposit in any closed licensed bank, you can still claim your money by filling the verification form on the NDIC website www.ndic.gov.ng or email claimscomplaints@ndic.gov.ng. For inquiries, call us on our toll-free NDIC help desk line 08006-342-4357 or email helpdesk@ndic.gov.ng. NDIC, protecting your bank deposits.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Cause I'm a little boring. But I'm the life of the party, cause I'm kinda funny. Money don't drive me, I drive my money. Yeah. When I saw the thing big, me I no go force you to like what you see, yeah. Because I come in peace, and I'm at peace, and that's all I need, yeah. Everything's not